Do you find yourself stressing out over your childcare business's marketing? Are you tired of empty places, low enrollment, low cash flow, and all the stress that comes along with all of that? Hey friend, welcome to the Childcare Business Marketing Made Easy podcast. You know God called you into childcare, but let's face it, you're no marketing expert. That's where I come in. My name is Christina Rizakos, an educator by trade, certified business coach, and marketing expert. I started my own childcare center back in 2003 with zero business knowledge. I knew working with kids was my calling in life, but trying to figure out marketing, well, that was a whole other story. And the truth is, I struggled. I struggled for a long time to fully book my program until I started to learn online marketing strategies that helped me get my program on the map, fully booked, and thriving. Fast forward to today, I own a marketing agency that helps childcare business owners from all over the world with their marketing. Imagine running an amazing fully booked program, never having to stress over enrollment or low cash sales. Grab a piece of paper and a pen and let me show you how easy marketing can be. Hey there, friend. Welcome back to another episode of the Childcare Business Marketing Made Easy podcast. I am your host, Christina, and I'm so happy to have you here. So before we dive into today's topic, I wanted to mention that I do have a live marketing bootcamp that I call Grow Your Childcare Business Bootcamp that I'd love to invite you to. All you have to do to get some more information is hop on over to childcarebusinessmarketing.com/live bootcamp, or you can always check out the show notes if you can't remember that URL link, and make sure you sign up. This is a perfect occasion for you, the childcare business owner that is struggling with their marketing. Maybe you just started your program. Maybe you've been in business for a while. Maybe you're running someone else's childcare business and you're struggling to get the phone to ring. You're struggling with social media and trying to attract more local moms and dads to notice you. Well, this is the ideal marketing bootcamp for you. 90 minutes long, given in live time. There's also a strategy session that I included in there as well to make sure that you know exactly what to implement in every single step of the marketing strategy, as well as a few other bonuses as well. So go ahead, go on that link in the show notes and sign up. Now that we got that out of the way, let's start talking about a free platform that can drastically help you increase reach and visibility. So I actually tested this myself in my own business, and I wanted to share my thoughts on this. I wanted to share my results. And then I wanted to kind of walk you through how you would use this as a childcare business owner. So the platform that I recently started using is Pinterest, right? It's not a new platform. It's not a new website, but it is the first for me in terms of using it strategically to be able to market my marketing agency. Okay. So what I did was I hired a virtual assistant that is a part of my team, and he actually helps me with all my social media. So what he does is he basically goes into Pinterest and he pins for me 3 times a week. So I upload brand new podcasts every 3 times a week. And what he does is every time, let's say Monday, Wednesday, and live podcasts go live, he goes in, he creates an image on Canva. He writes a short description and he uploads all of this on my Pinterest account. Okay. So he pins this for me. And what this does is it's basically just repurposing, the same information and the same content that I created over on a different platform. Okay. And he's been doing this for the last month or so. And before I dive into it, sharing a little bit about my results and, talk a little bit about analytics, I want to just share some fun stats that I found as I was researching for this episode. Okay. So Pinterest, here's some fun stats. 45% of women ages 25 to 44 are Pinterest users. Okay. They're actively on Pinterest, searching and checking out different things, right? 19% are women that are between the ages of 18 and 24. So you can definitely see straight from the beginning that this is a platform that is really, really popular amongst the women, and women that, when you're between the ages of 18 and 44, usually, that's when you are, actively searching for childcare, after school programs, right, and whatnot. So you can definitely see that it is a popular platform amongst women. And it's really important for us to know this because we want to make sure that, as a childcare business provider, you're actively marketing where, local moms and dads are hanging around. Okay. let's talk a little bit about lifespan. So what lifespan basically is the amount of time that a post or a piece of content is alive organically, that, you actually get a chance that, someone in your area is actually going to see it, right? For example, if you record a video or you write up a nice little blog post and you create a nice image, what's the lifespan of that? Like, is it once you press, let's say, post on Facebook, is it going to stay alive or in the feed for like hours, weeks, months, years? Like, that's what lifespan means, okay? And this is really interesting as well, because as I was doing my research, I realized that the lifespan of a pin is 1 week, guys, 1 week. And when you're using Facebook and Instagram, because I know a lot of childcare providers, they love their Facebook and Instagram, right? They think that it's the only way to market. Well, I hate to break it to you, but the lifespan of one of those posts, so on Facebook or on Instagram, is between 24 minutes to 24 hours. That's it. So imagine pouring all this energy and time, coming up with an amazing, cute graphic and something nice to write, and then it just goes dead after 24 minutes. Like, think about the waste of time that is, right? Because we all know that Facebook and Instagram, if you're not actively paying for paid traffic, if you're not boosting posts, right, then people don't actually see what you're posting, right? Even if you have, for example, 500 followers on these pages, maybe 2 or 3% actually see what you're posting, right? Which is not a lot, okay? So the fact that you can actually pin something, let's say once a week, and have it stay alive or have it stay on the feed on Pinterest for 1 week is amazing, right? It's also great because Pinterest works with SEO and descriptions and keywords, okay? So it's like a search engine, if you will. And this is really interesting because if you are a business owner, one of the things that we always talk about in marketing is knowing what your ideal client, what types of terms they're actively searching for. Like, if I was a mom right now and I had a child that was, that was 3 years old, and I was looking for a program for them, downtown Montreal, for example, well, what would I ask? Or what would I search for when I was on Google, for example, actively searching? Like, what would I ask Google to go find for me, right? And with the right keywords, you can actually get one of your pins to pop up on the search engine. And this is really, really powerful, okay? So now let's talk a little bit about my statistics, okay? So before I hired my virtual assistant, I had a Pinterest account that I used for business. And honestly, I rarely posted on it. I rarely pinned anything because, number one, I just didn't know how to use it properly. Number two, I'm not very active on Pinterest. Like, I don't use it myself. So it's not something that I had downloaded on my iPhone, for example, right? And I just felt like I didn't have enough time. I felt like it was something else I needed to do, okay? So I decided to hire someone to help me generate traffic organically using Pinterest, okay? So before I hired this person, I pulled my stats out from July 1st to August, to the end of August of this year. And what I realized was that I had 791 impressions. So that's the number of times one of my pins just was on someone's feed. And I had 31 people engage with it. So all the month of July and all the month of August, I had 31 people engaged. So engagement can be they viewed it, it could be they clicked on it, right? 31 people, that's not a lot, okay? So the last 30 days, ever since my virtual assistant took over, he actually has been updating my boards every time I drop a podcast episode. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, so he creates an image on Canva.com. And he writes a short description and he includes the link, obviously, right? So I can get that traffic back to my podcast episode. So for the last 30 days, here are my analytics, okay? So 2.23 impressions. So that went up by 210% versus when I was doing it, right? Sporadically. And the last 30 days, I had 50 people engaging, which is an increase of 65%. I gained 5 new followers and I had 20 people click on the link and actually go on my podcast website and check out and listen to my podcast episodes, right? Which is big. I mean, we've been only doing this for 30 days, and I'm starting to notice the traction. I'm getting much more followers on a monthly basis as well. So before I hired him, I had maybe 300 people that would actually view my pins every single month. And now I have over 2,000 people that are actively viewing my pins, right? So it's really, really big, and it's something that can definitely help you in your childcare program. And now I'm just going to discuss a little bit about how you would use this, how this would serve you as a childcare director, and how you can actually get started with this, okay? So how would you use this as a childcare director? Let's say you're running a small home daycare, or let's say you're running a bigger center and you want to leverage another organic platform, right? And you don't want to do extra work. The easiest thing you can do right now is think about those 4 or 5 things that you're actively posting on your Facebook and Instagram accounts, right? I am assuming that if you are in business, you have a Facebook and Instagram account, and I'm assuming that you are intentionally posting consistently, right? So whether that's 3 times a week, 4 times a week, it doesn't matter, as long as you're posting consistently, and that you're posting things that matter. You're posting content that is attracting local moms and dads, that's educating them, that's making them laugh, right? That's really important. So once you have that set up and you know exactly, what you're posting, when you're posting, then you can actually repurpose the same information and the same content over on your Pinterest board. The only thing you would have to obviously consider is the size of the image, because Pinterest has their own size, their own dimensions. But if you're using canva.com, they actually have a lot of templates that you can actually just drag and drop your own information in and use that as your own. So it's not something that's difficult. It may take a little bit more time, but it's something that's really doable. So how would you use this as a childcare director? Well, number one, it's just an extra place so that you can actually repurpose information. So for example, let's say you shared a review or testimonial. Let's say a mom recorded a 2-minute video and she talked about how amazing your program is. Then you can actually take this video and you can size it up, respecting the dimensions of pins, put a nice banner on it, add some text, and then voila, you have a pin sharing a review and testimonial, right? You can add the right keywords on it, the right description, and then link that back to your website. Other way you can use this as a childcare director. So, we talked about repurposing the same content that you would post on Facebook and Instagram and directing the traffic over to your website, right? So whether you're sharing a review, whether you're sharing a healthy recipe, whether you're sharing a fun arts and crafts activity you did, you can definitely repurpose that information over on Pinterest, right? And obviously link everything back to your website or wherever you want this person to contact you from. Now, the other thing you can definitely do that is going to increase visibility and it's going to give you more reach is join a Pinterest board, right? You can obviously search for local Pinterest boards that you can join and add to. So for example, if you are a vegan daycare or a vegetarian daycare center and you're in the middle of Montreal, you can actually search for local businesses that have created Pinterest boards and ask them if you can join and add to their board, right? Whether it's recipes, whether it's interventions with children, whether it's advice for parents or for childcare providers, whatever that thing is that you want to share about, this is also an excellent way for you to get more traction and more visibility onto your website. So there you have it, you guys. Pinterest for the win. I would definitely suggest you try this out if you're leveraging Facebook and Instagram and if you are consistent with your content. This is actually something that we're going to start offering to our VIP clients inside our marketing agency. And I can't wait to see how their analytics and their reach is going to explode with this free organic platform. So if you have any marketing questions, you know that you can always go on my website, childcarebusinessmarketing.com, scroll in the middle, and you can actually click on a little button where it's written get featured on the podcast, and you can ask your marketing questions there, and I will feature you on a future episode. Other than that, have an amazing rest of your day, you guys, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye for now. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if it did bless you or add some value, I would appreciate it if you go to wherever you're listening to this podcast from and leave me a review. As each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace. 1 Peter 4:10. That is my intent with this podcast. I hope it blesses you and your business. See you in a few days. Do you find yourself stressing out over your childcare business's